Alright folks, so yesterday did not end on a good note. To get you up on what all happened, my baler first thing yesterday morning when we was trying to bale, it ripped the laces out of a belt and broke a chain. Well, we got that fixed, got back up and going a little bit after lunch. I made one full bale. I tied that bale, and when I dumped the bale, I pulled forward to start another bale and get back in the windrow, and I noticed my pickup wasn't turning. Alright, so I threw another chain. I couldn't find that chain, so that put me out of commission for the day. Made another trip back down to Sun-South. That was the third trip. Made another trip back down to Sun-South to try to figure out why I keep throwing that chain. They told me my cams in my pickup was messed up, and that was probably the cause of me throwing that chain. Okay, fine, whatever. So they said, that was the second trip. They said, bring your baler to us and we'll be able to fix it. Third trip was me taking the baler down there about 6 o'clock last night. They did do me a solid, and they stayed open and everything until I could get my baler down there. They also did me a solid and said that I could use a 5-foot baler, a 5x6 baler, while mine was in the shop. And there's some details that I'm leaving out, but these are the cliff notes. So I get a phone call this morning, says they feel like it's not my cam, said they feel like there's too much slack in my chain, and all it needs is some change of sprockets in my baler. I said, okay, fine, fix it, I'll come get it in a little bit. I get another phone call from a buddy of mine that says his balers went down, he's taking his to Sun-South, and they told him he could borrow a 5x6 baler. So I called Sun-South back. I said, hey look, if he gets there and you're still working on my baler, he's gonna bring that 5x6 to me, we're gonna finish my field tonight, and we're gonna do his fields in the morning, or tomorrow. So, he said, that's fine, no big deal, y'all take it, y'all use it, I don't care, whatever. But then I got to thinking, I said, by the time my buddy loads his baler up on the trailer, leaves where he is, goes to Sun-South, unloads it, puts another baler on there, and then he takes it to my hayfield. After he finds my hayfield, and then we get it put on my tractor and finally get ready to bale, it's gonna be 4 o'clock. So why don't I just go on and beat them down there, get the baler and be working on it while they meet me down there? Which is what I'm doing right now. So, when folks say, if I didn't have bad luck, there wouldn't be no luck at all, that's where we stand. But anyway, we're gonna have net wrap. We gotta buy a roll of net wrap, but we don't spend this much money. Sun-South's got my baler. They're fixing it for $90 an hour plus parts. I mean, I'm gonna be $500–600 deep anyway. So that's where we stand. I'm gonna try to keep y'all posted. Y'all hang out with me, see how the day goes. Yesterday sucked. Another thing yesterday, I had 234 miles on my trip meter yesterday. 234 miles, and I never got outside of about a 30-mile radius. That's about if that tells you anything about yesterday, that's how my day was. So anyway, y'all hang out with me, stay tuned. A lot going on. I'm gonna try to get some good video, and y'all hang out with me. Well, today ain't been as glorious as I would have hoped. We are making hay slowly. We got the new baler hooked up. I say the new baler, the loaner baler, but it's giving us almost as many fits as the other one was. So first things first, we got everything hooked up and fired the baler up and started throwing codes. We got all of that worked out. We got all the kinks worked out of that. Started baling hay, then net wrap wouldn't work. Fixed that problem. We baled about 10 bales. Net wrap keeps getting hung up on a roller. don't know, let me see. I don't know how well you can tell, but there's a roller right there. It's got these little spiral splines on them. And what that does is that makes sure that that net wrap is flat all the way across, and it stretches that net wrap out to make sure it goes over the edge on both sides. Well, about every 10th bale, 8th or 10th bale, that net wrap wraps up on that roller and won't wrap it. On this one, on this go around, the net wrap's about halfway down the belts right there. This being the first time I've ever ran a net wrap baler, it ain't been like that before when I dumped the bale. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like that now. So, I've been aggravating the Sun South folks. They've been good. Sun South's the main guy I've been going through. He's been super nice about it. He's answered my phone call every time. He's come out here. He made 3 or 4 bales with me once we got going. Like I say, he's answered the phone every time I've called him. They're trying to make things right. They really are. But it's just super aggravating when you take your baler up there and they give you a baler and say, you know what, we've been doing some work on this baler. Why don't you go test it out for us? They don't have to do that, but at the same time, you know, give me something that you know is gonna work. Don't give me something don't give me something to get out of a bind that you really aren't sure of working or not. So that's where we stand right now. We still got a long way to go. I'm gonna be baling into the night. I got a good friend of mine that's raking for me. Shout out to Kane. He did me a solid, and he's sticking it out with me. So I'm waiting on another phone call from the Sun South guy. So, and as I'm sitting here watching these windrows and the wind blow, my windrows are just going off into the woods. So I can't complain because we are making hay, but it sure is a slow go. I really don't want to be here all night, but we'll just do what we got to do, I guess. Well, we're still after it. It is 8:30 Georgia time. I put about 30, maybe about 20 bales. Well, no, probably 30 bales too. Not going on good really. So having a monitor is kind of different. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but having a monitor is kind of different. And this is a heavy battle. Makes a good clean roll. It's a heavy battle. If it wasn't all the issues, I'll tell you, grade 8 on the